Hi, this is Chuck, First Baptist Church, Coolidge, Texas. Easter to Pentecost, what changed? May 13, day 31. The title of this study this morning is The Weight of Glory, based on 2 Corinthians 4, 16 through 18. Ever feel like quitting? I remember as a young man playing in a football game where we were playing for the city championship. We had gone through our season undefeated. We'd survived every test we faced and won every game we had played. We came into that city championship game with great confidence. It did not take long for that confidence to disappear. The team we were facing was defeating us in every way. I saw several of my friends in the course of that first half get very injured. And by halftime, we were down by 28 points. The game, in my humble young opinion, was over. Looking at the life experience of the Apostle Paul, you know there had to be some times when he thought about maybe it was time to quit. I know, without a doubt, Paul was a man of great faith, and I appreciate that he never quit. But you know, when the stones are hitting your body, or when that cat o' nine tails is tearing into your back, there has to be times when he wanted to quit. But what gave him the strength to go on and to teach so many places for the Lord, he reveals in some ways in this passage for today. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 16 through 18. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 16 through 18. Therefore we do not give up. Even though our outer person is being destroyed, our inner person is being renewed day by day. For our momentary light affliction is producing for us an absolutely incomparable eternal weight of glory. So we do not focus on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. 2 Corinthians 4, 16 through 18. Looking at the life of Paul, we could understand if there had come a time when he felt like quitting, but he never did. Why? Notice what he said about his inner person here. While his flesh went through great and many hardships, pain, suffering, illnesses, snake bit, just thing after thing happened to the Apostle Paul's body. He says his strength was being renewed every day. How did that happen? I believe it means that Paul spent a great deal of time every day in prayer, in meditation, in study of his copies of the scriptures. And think about it, at that time, most all he had probably by that time, most of this time, was Old Testament scriptures. In fact, I think maybe that's all he had. And so he spent time, I believe, every day in the scriptures, in meditation, in prayer, in the comforting arms of his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And that's how he had his inner man renewed each and every day. You know, we know you can't recharge your cell phone unless you somehow connect it up to a power source. The same is true for each one of us. We cannot recharge our inner persons without being connected to the source of the power we need to live for Christ each and every day. It just will not happen. Paul also understood that by his obedience to God, he was storing up what he called an absolutely incomparable weight of glory. What I think Paul understood here is that The afflictions experienced today cannot compare even remotely with the rewards God will give us for all eternity. Things that happen to us here today are here now, but like a puff of vapor, they're gone, and they're gone for all eternity. But the glory that is stored up for us in heaven because we choose to be obedient to God are not only going to outweigh anything this world has to offer, but they will never, ever go away. They are eternal. Eternal. The rewards God has for you are eternal. So you give up what is eternal for that which is a vapor? That doesn't make sense. So Paul was able to hang in there because he, one, was being renewed each and every day, and two, he understood that the rewards that he was receiving were so vast, so great, and they are eternal. They will never, ever go away. For that reason, then, Paul chooses not to focus on that which is seen, which he called temporary. Rather, he chooses to focus on that which is eternal. That which is eternal. It's unseen now because we have to see it by faith in Jesus. But it is, without a doubt, eternal. And so Paul turns away from what he sees in this world, which is but a vapor and it's gone, and focuses on his Lord and Savior and the glory that is all of ours when we are obedient to God, and will be all of ours for all eternity. Where is your heart? Where is your mind? What are you focusing on every day? What is your source of power every day? Is your life more about that which is temporary, or is your life more about that which is eternal? Now, the rest of the story about the football game. At halftime, the coach came and put his arm around me and looked at me square in the eye. And he said, "We cannot quit, because win or lose, we can never allow ourselves to be called quitters." He struck at my very soul. And I went back out on that field and played my heart out. Even though we did lose the game. I got cut up, beat up, and tore up in more ways than I can imagine. And we lost the game. The game was lost, but the life lesson was learned. We can never be known as quitters. When our strength comes from the Lord and our eternal values is what we're striving for, when we place our eyes on that which is unseen, when we place our faith in Jesus, then great, great rewards and great power will flow through our lives. Just a hypothetical question. What would happen if the next great awakening for America started here in Coolidge? Who would get the glory? There's no mega church here. There's no world famous preacher here. Just humble people that love God and love to serve Him. But what if that revival we so want to see in America started right here? God would get all the glory. And who would win the rewards? Those who did not quit. Don't quit no matter what. Trust in Jesus and take one more step of faith. I will see you next time.